the data sharing. We mentioned it briefly. It's not necessarily the topic of this conversation, but that concept of being able to move information and incoming, outgoing schools being able to get information quickly. Uh, why don't you talk a little bit about the vision of Oklahoma and then how you're partnering with PCG to make that vision a reality?
Okay. So we're focusing on the larger schools right now. Not to say, as I mentioned earlier, we're going out when we're doing trainings, we're talking to small schools. You've probably seen some of the email traffic going back and forth. Every time we're out, we're talking, hey, what have you got for BTA? And just starting that discussion, right? Because the vision is to get as many schools in Oklahoma on board as we can, right? Because at the end of the day, if I've got this school that has the information on this particular student and they have a paper file, they got an ed plan, they're keeping all the documents. If they move to another school, if that school is not on ed plan, maybe the documents move with them. The hand folder, carry folder might go with them, but there's no resource that's going to, if they don't have an ed plan, they don't have somebody there that's an administrator, then people have rights and they're not going to see that, right? So it only makes sense that our vision is that we get as many as we can on board with this. We have, as again, the larger school districts is where we're trying to go with this. We hope that as we get those involved in the regional trainings, and you guys have been involved in several trainings already, that they start and continue to utilize that and continue to get the word out. Because if the larger school districts are doing it, the smaller school districts are going to hear about it as well. We also have my team members go to some quarterly meetings with superintendents. I went to a first-year superintendent's meeting, had the discussion about that. Just really want them to understand why it's there, right? And that it is there, because a lot of them don't even know that they have an option in ed plan that gives them the ability to keep that information and track that information so it can go from this school to the next school and so on and so forth. So it's been a challenge, I won't lie, but we're getting there and we are making strides, and we've come a long ways in the last year since we first started these trainings.
Yeah, you have an amazing team and an amazing vision. I mean, I applaud you all for doing something that allows the information sharing, but isn't treating it as an accountability attack, so people don't feel like they're being checked on, and it isn't a more, I guess, traditional data gathering, scary
Right.
big brother thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure students are getting supported. And so by having a universal system, both that you're using for threat assessment and then that you're using for data collection, you then can have those things mirrored, and that vision can expand across an entire state. And